How you doing? I'm Big D. Welcome to my show. I do appreciate you stopping in and spending a few minutes of your day with me. If you stick around till the end, because I agree that you want to see the whole completion of this to give you all the details. If you do like it, subscribe. Also hit the like button. You're going to want to hit the notification for all future videos. I try to post at least a few videos a week, if not more, sometimes daily. If you're a silver stacker, that's what this is. This, along with supply chain, security, national defense, critical minerals, that's what this video is about today. So please stick around and leave in the comment section a comment. I'll leave a comment for you and let me know where you're from. Okay, this topic is about critical minerals, and this is the U.S. government hosts 50 nations at the State Department. Now, critical minerals, supply chain, security, national defense, and deep into the briefing, they dropped a line that was absolutely shocking. We see telltale signs of market distortion beyond recognition, one that punishes strategic investments. They just admitted the market is rigged on camera, on government record. And then they announced their plan to fix it. A 50 nations mineral cartel modeled after the 1973 response to OPEC. This is the take twist. I'm going to show you or give you the details. 3 admissions that they made, what they're planning, and why Friday's crash of the silver market makes perfect sense now. Everything about the critical minerals trade for the next decade is going to be changed. Now, welcome to this channel again, where we get into a lot of details with silver, critical minerals, crypto, the government. We get into a lot of different details that I think you're going to want to know. Now, I predict 5 things would happen in the next meeting. The government just confirmed all 5. Plus, they said things like, I did not even expect, including admitting the market is distorted beyond recognition. Don't forget to hit the like button if you appreciate someone like me. Now, Friday's crash was a natural market focus because the U.S. government just admitted it wasn't. Now, let me give you a little more details. This is the exact quote. This is from the official transcript. We see telltale signs of market distortion beyond recognition, one that punishes strategic investments, one that punishes diversification, one that punishes long-term planning. Let me translate that. Market distortion beyond recognition, meaning market manipulation, punishes strategic investments, meaning long-term positions get destroyed, like it did on Friday. Position diversification, meaning you can't escape by spreading positions. Punishes long-term planning, meaning you can't predict because it's controlled. Now, this is the U.S. government on camera at an official State Department event admitting the critical minerals market is rigged, not volatile, not challenging in any way, distorted beyond recognition, etc. Now, that's the language of the market that doesn't function properly anymore. A market where fundamentals don't matter because external forces control prices. Now, now this is the mechanism. Here's where the second quote, and this one explains exactly what happened. Foreign supply floods the market. The price collapse. Investors pull out, but projects stall, and eventually the project dies. Let me say that again. Foreign supply markets, they flood the market with a supply, meaning coordinated dumping. the price collapses, meaning 37% crash in one day. Investors pull out, meaning forced liquidation. Projects die, meaning Western mining loses financing. They just described the exact playbook. Step one, flood the market with supply, coordinate selling. Step two, crash the price, destroy longs. Step three, investors panic and liquidate. Step four, Western mining projects can't get financed, they die. Step five, China maintains the monopoly. And they admitted this is happening time after time. Now, across Europe, North America, there are dozens of mining and processing initiatives that have been suspended or completely abandoned because the sustained price weakens makes financing impossible. Now that means the crashes that they manipulate aren't accidents. Now they're strategic. China or whoever controls supply can crash prices anytime the Western competition tries to build capacity. The crash kills the competition before it can threaten the monopoly. And the US government just admitted this on record. About time. Now, here's what the announcement that announces they're doing, what they're going to do about it. And this is the part that changes everything. They're forming what I'm calling mineral OPEC in reverse. Let me explain what I mean. Historical parallel, they used 1973 OPEC oil embargo. Oil prices spike, Western nations panic. The response was Washington Energy Conference, 19 nations form International Energy Agency, IEA, to coordinate response. Stabilizes markets, reduce OPEC leverage. In 2026, China mineral dominance. Western nations panic about dependency. Response critical mineral ministerial. 50 nations form mineral security partnership to coordinate response. Stabilize markets. Now, reduce China's leverage. Same playbook, different commodity. But here's what makes this different from OPEC. OPEC, meaning producers controlled supply to raise prices. The MSP, meaning consumers coordinating buying to control prices. They're admitting the current market doesn't work. So they're creating a new structure where 50 governments coordinate. When to buy strategic reserves, how much to pay, bilateral framework agreements, where to source, anything but China. Who's to protect any dumping measures? This isn't a free market anymore. This is a 50 government forming a buying cartel to control critical minerals and their prices. And they announced it that day. Let me give you more details about the specific plan that they announced. David, CPPLEY, Senior Director for Global Supply Chains in the NSC, outlined 4 specific actions. Prong 1, massive investment, investing heavily in mining projects through public-private partnerships and direct government capital deployment. Translation, the government is going to fund mining directly. They're not waiting for private capital anymore. Tax dollars buying silver mines. Prong 2, stockpiling. Stockpiling minerals for national defense, civilian economy, protection. Now, remember, there's a lot of critical minerals on that list that are needed for military purposes. Now, the government is going to start buying and holding physical reserves. This is direct government demand entering the market. Prong 3, protect from dumping, safeguarding mining companies from strategically dumping and overproducing. If China crashes price to kill Western miners, the U.S. will impose tariffs or buy the surplus to support prices. They're building a floor under the market. Prong 4, rebuild permitting, overhauling permitting process to drastically reduce developing timelines. Now, that means cutting red tape so mines can open faster. Currently, it takes 10 to 15 years to permit a mine in the United States. They want they want to try to get it under 3 years. Now, specific actions, funded programs announced today. This is vaporware, so to speak. This is policy. Now, connect the dots. This meeting was scheduled months ago. The invitations went out in December or January-ish. They were planning to announce strategic reserve buying programs. Government becomes buyers. Bilateral framework agreements, coordinated purchases at set prices, anti-dumping projection, price floor. Now, if you're going to announce that you're about to buy massive quantities, when do you want to have that meeting? Well, when silver is at $121, which it was on Friday morning. Some say 122, depending on which market you watch. Or when it drops to the $74, which was that afternoon. That's a huge crash, right? Friday's cash crashed the price 4 days before they announced they're starting strategic buying programs. This timing isn't a coincidence. That's coordinated. That's coordination, right? Now they crashed the price before the meeting so they could negotiate supply agreements, announce reserve purchases, deploy government capital at $76 instead of $121, saving on $100 or 100 million ounces strategically through the reserve of $121, which would be $12.1 billion. Instead, it's $74 when they purchased it. That was $7.4 billion savings. I'm sorry, it's 4.5 billion of the 7.4 in taxpayer money. So that's a nice little savings. Now, Friday's crash doesn't look like market forces. It looks like preparation. Let's say you want just to change, say before today, silver trade was a commodity in a free market. After today, silver is a strategic national security asset with 50 governments coordinating buying, stockpiling, and price protection. Before today, you could analyze silver based on supply, demand, fundamentals. After today, you have to analyze silver based on geopolitical policy and government intervention. Before today, paper markets could manipulate silver through coordinated selling and margin hikes. After today, 50 governments just admitted that happened and announced they're intervening to stop it. This is the biggest change in how silver trades since Nixon closed the gold window in 1971. The free market experiment is over. The government intervention era has begun, and they announced it today. February 4th, 2026, the day everything changed. 2 hours, 50 nations, 3 admissions that changed everything. Admission 1, market distortion beyond recognition. Admission 2, foreign supply floods market, projects die. Admission 3, we're forming a 50-nation coordinated framework. They admitted the game is rigged. Then they announced they're changing the rules. Share this with everybody. I'm telling you, this is huge. Who thinks this market is free, especially if you want to give this to them. Now show them the quotes. Read it to them, whatever you want to do. Show them what the government just admitted. Now this, definitely drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Leave me a location where you live. Now, does this make you more or less confident in silver as an investor? Government intervention helps or hurts? What do you think? Now, track the money, not the memes. And today, I tracked 50 governments admitting that the silver market is broken and announced of what their plan is to fix it. The era of paper manipulation has got to be ending. Now, the era of government control is beginning. Thank you, and I do appreciate you stopping in. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless.